Now, bear with me, I'm going to probably be all over the place. I don't plan out these videos, I just pretty much say what's on my mind. So, again, bear with me. I don't have a lot of time to do these videos, so again, the quality isn't too great. I just pretty much screen record and talk. So, yeah, starting off. Now I know a lot of people are shaken up about the market again. This is really, really important information. And listen, guys, I really hope you guys take this into consideration and do your research on it. Now, again, I don't like really getting political, but politics do play a part in the market. And whoever you like or whoever you hate, certain decisions do affect the market. And if you want to be successful, you have to understand and accept certain things. If you don't like someone, you still have to accept the positives in it. And the market flows in that way. So, again, politics is really important. You have to always be paying attention to that because that, again, really does affect the market. So, to start off with the video, the market, again, has collapsed in a way. Now, is there a reason to panic? No, there is not. Why did the market crash? Because of the fear of the coronavirus. And I know a lot of people know that, but there are a lot of people that don't. Now, the reason is because trading is being pretty much blocked throughout the world. So there isn't a big flow in trading right now, so that's why the market is down. Now, the US economy is doing really great. The market isn't because it's usually global fears, but we're doing great. So the companies are pretty much doing great right now. Our economy, again, is great. Everybody still has a job, everybody's making money, and it's great. So, again, understand that this effect in the market is because it's global. Kind of places like Apple that make their products in China, a lot of companies have their products made in China. So, China is the key component of the market coming down because a lot of products aren't being made and they are not being traded. So, again, understand that. That's a big part of it. Now, the reason the market again crashed today, and I do have to blame the Democrats on this because if you've seen the news, again, it is a biased media. Everything's against Trump. And the reason the market crashed is because they pushed fears. And I hate this with the Democrats because I hate like this because it's a bittersweet thing. Now, the reason I hate it is because, again, the Democrats did lie about it, saying that, we're not ready for this pandemic, and the market is crashing because of that. And that is not true. That's false information, and the media, pretty much all the media, besides like Fox News and the Washington Post, I think that, are actual legit, news sources. But everybody else, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all those are just biased. And they do help the Democrats. So I feel like the Democrats kind of did this to push the market down and pretty much bring fear to people so they can bring the market down forcefully and it can make Trump look bad. And I'm pretty sure they did this. Yeah, all signs point to that because so far we don't have a pandemic here. Now the virus is spreading, but it's not bad. And especially here, it's slowly spreading. We're doing everything well right now. Now, again, the market is down because of those fears. But, you know, um, to quickly explain is that for me, it's the perfect time to buy. And one stock I want to recommend right now is Ford. Ford dropped down today up till I bought it at 690, so I made a little return from Robinhood. I made about 1200 on my main portfolio. But this is a good stock. Again, I'll explain in a bit right now, but this is a good stock that's, really undervalued. But I bought into it because, again, it went down and it pays a quarterly dividend of 15 cents per share, so it's good. Same thing with Prospect Capital. This stock dropped down a lot in the past week, I would say. It's probably a week, yeah. Dropped down 87 cents, 95 cents in the past month because of the coronavirus. So the fears are there, but the company isn't doing bad. So you have to understand that if you like one thing that Warren Buffett said was that they asked him, "Oh, how much money did you lose back in the 2008 2009 depression? That hit or yeah recession. Sorry, that hit." He's like, "Well, I didn't lose anything." And they're like, "How did you not lose anything? The market crashed." He's like, "Because I didn't sell." And the way he said it's like I didn't sell. So he kept all his stocks, all his shares, and he didn't sell. So he didn't lose anything. They ended up coming back up again and he made all that money back and even more. At that time, he actually even made more money because he ended up buying more shares of those stocks that crashed but they were still paying a dividend, and he was receiving those dividends and increasing his portfolio on the process, and now he even made even more money. So this is the same situation, guys. Now these companies are not doing bad. Besides a couple of them like Disney and Apple are really affected, but Coca-Cola is a great stock to jump into right now. As you see, it's dropped down big time. It went from, what was it? It was at 59 and now it's at 53. It went down about $6. So yeah, it's a really good time to buy into Coca-Cola because this stock is gonna shoot up again. Coca-Cola is not doing bad at all. Their profits are huge, So this is a really safe stock to jump into right now because you'll make your money back for sure. A lot of these companies are going to recover. So be patient. It might take a year or so. It all depends too, how the presidency works. If Trump stays in office, the stock market's going to keep doing well. If pretty much Bernie Sanders wins, we will have a collapse. So do pay attention to that because the way Bernie is, he's a socialist. He's going to tax all these companies and they're going to pretty much lay people down. And, people are going to be losing their jobs. The way Bernie Sanders is working his thing is pretty much going to kill the market. But pay attention to that too. But if it stays the way it is, guys, the stock is most likely going to come up. Companies like Coca-Cola, Disney are going to bounce back. A lot of these companies are going to bounce back. Ford, it's really, really undervalued, guys. If you guys were buying Ford, you will make your profits. Even though the stock isn't making you a lot of money, the dividends are paying back off. And to kind of quickly explain something, I'm going to show you. Let me see. Let me show you a quick picture. Okay, so I'm going to show you here, kind of explain how it works. So let's say Company X is worth $100, right? They release $10 worth of shares at $1. So one share is $1, right? They release 10 shares. So the company is releasing 10 shares that are worth $1 each. So its worth is $10, right? The shares that are being let out. Let's say person 1 buys 5 shares at $5 and person 2 buys 5 shares at $5. That equals 10 shares for $10, right? So those shares are distributed between those two people. And this is just an example, guys. It's pretty much trying to break it down as simple as I can so you guys can understand it. There's more complexity to it, but this is just a basic view of it. Okay, so just bear with me. Now, let's say, where do we start from? Okay, so like, what is dividends? So when a company is making profit, a lot of them either, redistributed in giving more shares or they pay a dividend when they're making profits. So they're not all companies that make profit give dividends, understand that, and there's companies that do fail that are going down that do still pay a dividend. But the majority of them that pay a dividend are companies that are making profit and they're distributing their profits. So like let's say there's a new person that wants to get into the shares, but there's only 10. Then the person 3 offers person 2 $2 for one share. So they're like, okay, I bought it for $1. Now they're giving me $2 so I can sell them one of my shares. Now that changes the whole share, like the whole share profit. So it becomes worth $2 per share now. So now if someone else wants to get in, they're like, okay, well, give me $2 now because it's supply and demand. So now the worth of it's $20, and that's how pretty much the market works, it's supply and demand. What people are willing to pay is what the stock is worth, So let's say Company X is worth now $200 because, it's doing well, the company's making profits and stuff like that. But, people are saying, oh, hey, this company's going to lose money, it's going to collapse. Yeah, if the company's like, oh, we're doing well, we're making profits, nothing's happening, but the person 3 and 2 panic and they're like, no, we're going to sell off anyways, and it drops down to $1 per share, so now there's 5 shares available, but nobody's buying. So yeah, there's 5 shares available and no one's buying at the moment, then, now person 1 is like, okay, well, they're $1 a share now, and I'll buy the rest of them for, a dollar each. So he ends up buying them, and now he has 10 shares. Um, and now he owns all the 10 shares, but the company's still doing good, and he's still receiving a dividend. So now instead of him getting, let's say, for 5 shares, 25 cents, let's say a month, now he's getting 50 cents a month, and he owns all those shares now. And the company's still doing good. They'll increase their dividend, and he'll get more. But because people panicked, the he got a better price for it. So what I'm pretty much trying to say there is and explain is that the market crashed, and it's honestly right now the best time to buy. Do not sell. It's like getting a candy bar or something. To make it in easier terms, you like see a Snickers bar, and because nobody's buying a Snickers bar, it used to be a dollar. Now it's worth 50 cents. You buy it, and it's still good, and you're getting your money's worth, but now you're paying 50 cents for it instead of a dollar. You know, and that's pretty much what it is right now. The quality is still there, but because nobody's buying it, the demand is lower, so the price is dropping. And this is what's happening to the market right now. Again, like I said, Democrats are trying to, you know, make it look worse than it is, so people can sell off, and the market could take a collapse. They're trying to undo what pretty much Trump did with the market, but again, it doesn't really matter because if you're not selling, you're not losing money. For me, this is a good opportunity to buy into Ford, to buy into Prospect Capital, and buy even more shares. So I pretty much bought a lot more shares of everything right now. Like, I have not sold, and I actually invested a lot more. So yeah, guys, I do recommend you guys buying more into it. If you lose a little bit of money here and there, you technically don't lose money, because if you're not selling, you're still waiting for that stock to go up, and eventually it will go up and make you that profit. So again, be patient, guys. Do not panic. This will actually prove how good you are in the market and your mentality state. You guys have all, like, pretty much new investors have only seen green because the market has always been doing good, and now that it's turning red and it's coming down, people are just panicking and they don't know what to do because they haven't experienced this. I was investing back in the crash, and that's how I started making a lot of my profits. When the market crashed, I was like, crap, like, I lost a lot of my money. I'm a young 18-year-old and I lost a lot of money. But then I was told, don't sell, be patient, buy more, buy more. I'm like, no, that's crazy. Like, no, everybody's broke now. And no, they're like, they told me, like, just be patient, buy more, trust me. It'll eventually go up because the market can't go any lower. It has to balance itself out. And, naturally, and within the years, it's going to go back up. And yeah, you just guys have to understand the market more. And if you guys understand it, you guys do your research, you guys see why these things happen, then you guys will be successful. So again, be patient, understand how the market works. Don't always believe what the news says. Do your own research. If you feel like something is a little bit too good to be true, then do your research. Check multiple sources. The only way you're going to be successful is if you actually do your research. And me getting in the market has actually made me, more open about a lot of things. I actually pay attention to things. I learn how the market works. And, again, these stocks are collapsing because companies are panicking. This negative drop is because of companies. It's not because of people. Usually people don't invest enough. As you see a company like, I'll give you an example, Disney, it dropped down a good little chunk today. Why? Let's check the volume. Today's volume was 35.39 million. So that means 36 million shares had to be sold for the negative thing to happen. So big companies are the ones who are doing these dramatic changes. Companies that are investing, millions of dollars into these. So again, be patient, guys. Feed off the future. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to tell me. Don't panic. Understand the market a bit more. And again, you don't lose until you sell. And yeah, just be patient. These stocks pay dividends, so you're still going to be getting paid the same dividends, and you're just going to be buying the stock at a cheaper price. Just see it like that. You're buying a good product at a cheaper price. It's on sale. So, yeah. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe.